Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts. Just got back from seeing the live action adaptation of Lilo and Stitch. And the question is, was it good? It's decent. It's decent. Myself, along with a lot of other people, are at the point now where we're not expecting great things from the live action adaptations from Disney. We're hoping it's decent, good, but we're not expecting perfection or excellence or any of that. And all I was asking for going in was hopefully it to be fun. I think Stitch, Lilo, and to an extent, the sister, I think all three of those characters are represented well. I think for the most part, really, it's Lilo and Stitch are the standouts. And thankfully they are, because if Stitch didn't work, if Lilo, especially Lilo, did not work, this adaptation would have fell flat. And some instances, it does, because they do make some changes that I really feel they shouldn't have done. And as somebody who says, take risks, take chances when it comes to these live action adaptations, but as it kept going along, realizing, oh, okay, we're making some changes here. We're not following exactly the story, which is, like I said, people have been asking them to make changes. Well, when the changes occur and as they continue to occur, it's not great. And I'm not saying they should have done a one-for-one remake of Lilo and Stitch, but some of the decisions and changes they make, it just doesn't work for the film. And I think some of the changes they made are for budgetary reasons, obviously, because there's a lot of crazy things that happen in the story, so they make some changes in order to save money on budget. And I understand that. I do. But I don't think the film found a way to make that work and make you go, "Oh, okay. I'm game with this. I'm fine with this." It's kind of irritating. It is. But I will say, as in terms of me saying it's decent, there are some funny moments, and I think Stitch still works as a character. I wish they would have actually explored more of the destructive side of him, which they do at a point, but they really hammer it even more so in the animated version of the film, the original. Here, they do cover it, but the way the story is slightly changing, but the core of it is still there. It feels like we see the change in Stitch a little too much too fast, in terms of there isn't more destructiveness and more chaos that we normally would have seen if this was a one-to-one shot remake, which it wasn't. Wasn't asking for that specifically, but I just feel like they rush certain things in certain scenes, and other things they're extending out a little too long. The animated version is a little over an hour, and this, I think, tacked on an extra 20 minutes on top of the animated version when you compare the run times. And certain scenes that they add in that was not in the animated film, I think, work, but at times not to what they expected it to do. Like, there are certain scenes that they incorporate with Lilo and her sister that was not in the original film. It works, kinda, but I think it's just padding the runtime. But I understand why they did it, because they changed some of the elements with them as sisters. The core of it is still there from what you remember, but they make some changes. So, I don't know, I wish these scenes were more impactful, I think, because it would have hit more, at least for me. The Stitch stuff that they change a little bit, a lot of the things you're expecting from Stitch that you've seen in the marketing, it's still there, and Stitch works as a character, thankfully, because it would have fell flat if Stitch or Lilo didn't work. But Stitch works very well and looks great throughout the whole film. There was never a time where I felt that Stitch was not working in a scene, or it wasn't really hitting the emotions that you're supposed to be in certain moments with the character. The ending, towards the end, there's a thing that I really was like, wow, they're not going to do this, but they're really playing this up like a certain way, and it's pretty impactful. It's pretty impactful because the change they made there with what happens to him in the third act. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. I'm like, I know this is not the route they're going, obviously, but they're really playing it up, and it's pretty effective. Now, would I recommend going to see this film in theaters? If you're somebody who loves Lilo and Stitch, the original, I say give it a shot. But if you're somebody who is just kind of on the fence, and I wouldn't say you have to rush out to the theater to see this in a movie theater. The reason why I did is because my wife and I, we haven't went to a theater in a bit. Last film was Minecraft movie. She actually enjoyed it. She didn't say she loved it, but she enjoyed it more than I did. So that's a plus, And I didn't go in, or at least not go in. I didn't exit saying, eh. So that's a win. At least I didn't leave the film going, stinker. I saw the film going, I wish it was better. She even admitted some of the changes that were made she didn't really, wasn't a big fan of, but she still had a good time because she loves seeing Stitch. That was she loves the character. So that all works. They're discussing working on a sequel potentially because of the fact that Lilo is, I don't know how old the actress is who plays Lilo in the film, but they're probably going to be working on a sequel as soon as possible. They already announced that they're looking potentially at doing it because they probably want to get it out as fast as possible, or at least film it as soon as possible. So yeah, we're probably gonna get more films in this potential franchise. All I'm asking is for a better script. All I'm asking is if you're gonna do a sequel, I would say do an original story. We don't need to see one of the direct to home DVD or whatever sequels that they did after the first Lilo and Stitch animation. Let's do something a little original with the sequel. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, that's my little discussion. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Are you guys seeing Lilo and Stitch in theaters? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you guys interested? Are you going to see it? If you've already seen it, what you think of it? Let me know your thoughts. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.